Check this out. My broad bean and pea crops have been growing beautifully over the cooler months, and we're bursting to flower and crop as soon as spring arrived. And even though it's pretty wet and misty here today in Hobart, it's still harvest time. Green peas are delicious straight off the plant. You can harvest them when they're pretty young but nice and full still. They're so tasty, crunchy and fresh. Puppy wants a pea. My family loves peas so much they've actually put in a second crop here. These are sugar snap peas, my personal favourite, but they've been smashed around by the wind a fair bit, so I'm coming in to do some extra planting here to make sure there's plenty of peas to go around. Like all legumes, they're best grown from seed, so you can directly sow them into the soil. And soak the seeds overnight in a cup of water because it'll help with germination. They need good friable soil with lots of organic matter. I've already dug in some compost into this patch. This helps hold moisture as they don't like to dry out. Sow the seeds around 5 centimetres deep in a sunny spot. Climbing peas can be spaced around 15 centimetres apart. They do need a structure to climb up. I use a range of things, including mesh trellises, but also stakes and string. Broadbean plants grow tall and upright. As soon as they start producing pods, they get top-heavy and need staking, especially if you live in a windy garden like mine. Now you can see I haven't staked mine, but I'll still be harvesting from them. You can also get compact varieties that don't need staking. Shoots and flowers can be harvested at any time, but watch out for aphids as the weather warms up. So pinch out the growing tips as soon as pods start to form, and that will also direct the plant's energy into developing bigger pods. Tips can be eaten fresh or steamed, and flowers are great in salads. But if you pick too many flowers, you'll sacrifice pods. And with broad beans, if you leave them too much longer, the beans will develop a thick, fibrous coat, which can have an unpleasant taste. But you can blanch the mature beans in hot water to loosen the coats, then to slip them off. If you have an abundance of broad bean pods, you can leave them to mature and dry on the plants. Store the dried seeds to sow next year, or use them in soups, falafels and hummus. Yum. Because diversity is your best friend as a gardener, I've also got a few other kinds of beans to plant, including the scarlet runner bean, which can perennialise over 7 years or so, plus 2 different types of bush beans. The scarlet runner beans need their own trellising, so these ones will be planted at the base of this archway so they can grow up and over. And when it comes to planting, just follow the same guidelines as the peas. Meanwhile, the bush beans are freestanding, so they can manage on their own. These next crops will be ready to harvest in early summer. Peas and beans are so versatile and dead easy to grow and pretty hassle-free. So why not give them a go for some ample rewards?